Hey everybody, it's Jeff Williams. I'm out here today on Grand Lake of the Cherokees in search of summertime slab crappie in shallow wood piles. Now as you can see, I'm out here in the middle of the lake. It's at least two miles from the shore any direction around me right here. And these are some really shallow mud flats that we have out here on Grand Lake. And a lot of times, if you'll build a man-made fish shelter out of PVC, if it's legal in your state, and put it out here on these shallow mud flats, you can create your own fish attractors and your own fish shelters, and that's exactly what we've got going on today. I've got some waypoints out here on the edge of this mud flat. There you can see the little red dots on my locator. Those are brush piles, homemade fish shelters, or old logs that have washed in on the bank, and they're washed in and sunk to the bottom when we've had the big floods here in the springtime. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna drive over my brush piles right now because these fish are in 12 to 14 foot of water and they're staging on this man-made shelter. So if I drive over with my big motor, I'm gonna spook those fish off of my pile, and I don't wanna do that. So I get really close to my waypoint here, and then I'm gonna put down my trolling motor and I'm gonna use forward view LiveScope to locate that fish shelter, and then I'm gonna cast a Go Go Minnow over it and see if I can pluck off some of those summertime slabs. So I'm gonna drive over here, we're gonna get real close, and we'll see if we're successful here in just a few minutes. Okay, so what I've done was I've got really close to my homemade fish shelter with my down scan and side scan and my waypoints. Today, I'm going to be fishing with the Perfect for Panfish combo from Flea Fly. This is a new rod and reel that's coming out in 2021. It's a nice ultralight piece of equipment. I have this coupled with the 6-pound Flea Fly micro braid, which casts like a dream and really helps you set the hook at long distances because there's no stretch and no memory. And then I went down to a 2-inch Old Faithful Go Go Minnow with a 1/16 ounce big eye head, and that's what I'm going to be casting out, hoping to catch some of these big slab crappie. So I always get a lot of questions about how I have my Charger VMAG rigged up with my Garmin electronics, and I can tell you one of the things that's going to really save you a ton of time is if you have your front units and your back units networked together, your dash and your trolling motor units networked together. So when I find my waypoints on my dash unit and I punch in a waypoint, it auto-populates up here to the front. Now I have two Garmin 93 SVs rigged up here. I have a Minn Kota Ultrex trolling motor with spot lock on it that I use quite a bit, and I have a double LiveScope system. Now this pole right here is rigged up for LiveScope when I'm fishing straight under the boat, but today we're going to be using the forward view LiveScope, and I'm going to run my boat up to one of these waypoints right here, and I'm going to scan around and I'm going to see if I can find that brush pile, and I'll be able to see if there's some crappie on it. So here we go. So I'm starting to see some fish in this area right here, and I know that I'm getting pretty close to one of my waypoints right there. So I'm just going to keep creeping this way real slow. These are bait fish, and these are some bigger fish around the bait fish right here, but we still haven't seen the structure. So I'm going to keep scanning, okay? And this very well could be our brush pile right there. So I'm going to stop, and that looks like that could be our brush pile. 20 feet away from us. Those fish are not moving right there. So I'm going to try to cast to this right here. There you can see the lure falling right down into them right there. There we go. Oh, nice big old Grand Lake summertime slab right there. Check out that crappie. Now, boy, I tell you what, here on Grand Lake, if you can get 15 of those, you can have a nice mess of fish. So anyway, it takes a lot of technology to get out here and do this the way that we're doing it right now, but you can also do it with a marker buoy. You can throw a marker buoy on the pile, drive over your pile with 2D color sonar or something, throw your marker buoy on it and cast. The LiveScope just makes it a lot easier, but we're gonna let these big old fish go today, and we'll see if I can get another one. Another crappie, but not a very big guy. That might be what's hitting me, is a little crappie in there. We go, that feels like another keeper. Oh yeah, another big old Grand Lake summertime slab right there. So anyway, guys, I'm Jeff Williams with Flea Fly Charger Boats, and I tell you what, I hope these tips help you catch more crappie the next time you're fishing a big old Midwestern reservoir in the summertime. You know, summertime's a great time to fish for crappie. There's not a whole lot of people out here right now, and this is a pretty busy lake. Get you a Go Go Minnow, get you some good fish finders, and you can go out and replicate the same pattern and look for shallow wood or shallow structure wherever you are, typically from 15 foot or shallower in these Midwestern reservoirs. Thanks for watching our video from all the folks at Walhalla Outdoors and Flea Fly.